Years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and
The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines a rival as one of two or more people striving to obtain something that only one can possess. In sports and entertainment, rivalries are nothing new. But Kevin Hart and Katt Williams didn't just compete. They may have sparked the most intense rivalry in comedy history. A feud nearly 8 years long, with no clear ending in sight. So how did it all begin? We go back to 2008. Katt Williams had just dropped his acclaimed special, It's Pimpin'. 6 years after audiences first discovered him in Friday After Next. At that point, Katt was arguably the most electrifying comedian on the planet. But 2008 was quietly becoming a turning point. A shift in power few people saw coming.
Yes, I said some things I'd like to take back. Some things I said were misunderstood. I did say that Kevin was a Hollywood puppet.
Hollywood has always had a habit of spotlighting one black comedian at a time. A star isn't just discovered, they're carefully manufactured. And under that unspoken rule, rivalry becomes almost inevitable. The silent message has always been the same. There can only be one king. According to Kevin Hart's memoir, Katt Williams had already been cast in Fool's Gold. But legal trouble prevented him from traveling to Australia for filming. Kevin got the emergency call and stepped in to play the villain Big Bunny. That single casting swap was the first time the public began placing these two names side by side. Hart had been quietly building behind the scenes. Scary Movie 3i, Along Came Polly, and a starring role in Soul Plane. By 2008, Hollywood had clearly decided it was time to push Hart forward. He landed Meet Dave alongside Eddie Murphy, another role originally meant for Katt. The following year, Hart released his first one-hour special, I'm a Grown Little Man, and the momentum was undeniable. Meanwhile, Katt's Hollywood presence began to fade. Despite releasing Pimpadelic, he appeared in just one film in 2009. His crown was looking vulnerable. By 2010, Hart was starring alongside Chris Rock, Tracy Morgan, and Martin Lawrence in Death at a Funeral, a lineup where Katt's absence spoke volumes. For the next 2 years, Katt nearly disappeared from Hollywood entirely.
On that stage, we can put whatever you want. A full-court basketball court, a boxing ring, 2 microphones for a rap cipher, or you can get your ass dusted in comedy on that stage. But it's $1 million up for each one. That's $5 million, Mr. 28 million in Forbes.
It wasn't until 2013, during press for Scary Movie 5, that Katt publicly acknowledged the rivalry for the first time. If I am the king, my crown is not supposed to be worn by anybody else. I want my crown back. Then, in 2014, he went further on VladTV. I told Kevin Hart's people how to make Kevin Hart. I'm the greatest of all time, so I can build you to fight me. The rivalry revealed itself through their contrasting styles, too. Katt's raw comedy tackles politics, conspiracy, and street truth. Kevin built a polished, mainstream lane rooted in family values and careful crowd appeal. Two completely different philosophies, the ultimate good guy versus bad guy dynamic. In 2016, things nearly turned physical. Women in Atlanta mentioned Kevin's name to Katt after a show, and he allegedly charged at one of them. That same night on stage, Katt called Kevin a puppet. Somebody's hand is stuck up that baby. Kevin responded subtly, posting a photo with Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock at the Oscars with the caption about true professionals lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. Katt then challenged Kevin to a $5 million showdown, rap cipher, comedy battle, boxing, or basketball, in Kevin's hometown of Philadelphia. Days later, he half apologized on V103, saying he meant to cut the head of the snake, not the snake itself. By 2018, the rivalry reignited. Katt appeared on V103 and took shots at Kevin, Tiffany Haddish, Lil Rel, and others, claiming Kevin was picked, not earned. Kevin fired back on The Breakfast Club. You had the shot. You didn't show up to work. You became a liability. That's why the studios stopped calling. Katt clapped back on Instagram Live. I don't mind making $1 million a month and keeping my soul. He also threatened Kevin directly. I will knock your mouth sideways, boy. Since then, both men kept moving. Katt won an Emmy for Atlanta, dropped a Netflix special, and appeared in Blackish and The Last OG. Kevin continued dominating with Jumanji, The Secret Life of Pets, and his own Netflix special. This rivalry wasn't an accident. It was built by an industry that only crowns one king at a time, two clashing styles of comedy, and years of tension that never fully resolved. That's exactly why Kevin Hart versus Katt Williams may never truly be over.
Some things I said were misunderstood. I did say that Kevin was a Hollywood puppet, and I want to explain that. Because it might not be what you think. But at some point, you've got to look yourself in the mirror and say, do I really want to have beef with the rabbit Snowball from The Secret Life of Pets 2?
As it ended.
What I want you to do is go back and look at that moment where I shook Katt's hand and I looked him in the eye and I said, I just want us to be friends.
Hello guys, how are you? I'm sure that you will fine. Okay, thank you. Kindly I am requesting you that my channel's name is Black Icons and I am working on Black Celebrity News. So that's why I am requesting you kindly like my channel, share my video and subscribe my channel that I can continue my work on this channel. My main topic is Katt Williams, Kevin Hart, Diddy, Jay-Z, Kanye West, 50 Cent, Michael Jackson, Beth Jackson, Janet Jackson, and many others, all black celebrities which are famous in United States, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, France, and all over the world. I am a very big fan of Katt Williams, Kevin Hart, and Diddy. That's why I upload videos on Kevin Hart, Diddy, and other celebrities. So it's a huge request to you that kindly leave for one day that I can continue my work. That's why. और जो मैं एडिटिंग कर रहा हूँ वो कैप के थ्रू कुछ क्लिप्स उठाकर कुछ इस तरह से मिक्स करके करता हूँ, सो ताकि मुझे यूट्यूब की कोई भी पॉलिसी वायलेशन ना लगे। इसलिए मैं आप सब लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, अगर मेरा चैनल आपको पसंद आता है तो फिर काइंडली like, share and subscribe my channel that I can get a motivational level. Thank you very much.